Hey y'all, welcome back. We found the second volume for Witch's Choice, and I am about to have so much fun with this. Let's begin. The hill at the northern end of Cutler Key rises above the thick forest. Where the cult's house once stood, a fathomless crater mars the hilltop, devouring the pale moonlight. You stand near the bottom of the hill with Uncle John and the two others you rescued from the cult. A middle aged woman named Mirabelle, and Brian, a boy a few years younger than you. While your uncle examines the large headed idol you took from the cult's altar, the other two exchange tired, relieved smiles. As you stare up the hill, the night's excursions catch up with you, abruptly filling in your legs, cramping in your arms, aches from any number of minor wounds. Uncle John mutters an arcane word and his hand glows green. I think that was supposed to say glows, but okay. He puts his hand on your shoulder and you feel a delicious warmth spread over you. I needed that. Thank you, you say. What now? Brian's voice is almost too quiet to hear. You have a boat, right? Okay. I'm glad that we rescued them, but I don't think I trust them. Mirabelle and Brian, anyway. I don't think I do. I hope my suspicions are wrong. You glance up at Uncle John, but he's too absorbed with the idol to pay attention to the conversation. I don't think the one I came in will be of use of us all. Too small. It will have to do, says Mirabelle. We can make two trips if we have to. They were all in the temple when it collapsed, weren't they? I'm not sure, you say. I did meet someone in the village on my way in. He said he would. Mirabelle gasped. Thomas stands farther at the foot of the hill, where the path leads into an abandoned village. With his wild hair and tattered green robe, he looks like the picture of instability. Oh, dang, he survived. That's crazy. For a long, tense moment, the rescued prisoners stare at him. He stares back, eyes wide. Uncle John raises a hand toward Thomas. You feel the crackle of magic building. What do you do? Let's wait. Let's wait. Wait. You lay a hand on his arm. He's with us. Uncle John glances at you. Are you sure? At your nod, he lowers his hand. He keeps a wary eye on Thomas as the young man approaches. I don't blame you at all. I, I found the runabout. Thomas gazes wander up the hill to the crater. Oh, Thomas, you say. He tears his eyes from the destruction. Hmm? The boat? Yeah. He ruffles his hair. The runabout. They used to use it to get to the mainland. I found it on the back of the island, moved it to the main dock. How did you collapse the house? I'll fill you in later. The boat? You say? He nods. Right, main dock. Thank you, you smile. Let's go. Thomas leads the way through the dead village and down the forest path. Every once in a while, he stops to mutter to himself, peers into the woods, then shakes his head and presses on. The idol weighs heavily in your arms, and it's just large enough to be awkward to carry. Next trip. Next trip. Oh, Lord. You're bringing a backpack and a flashlight. Lavinia should have looked at that. Uncle John's glasses reflect the light of the conjure flame floating over his palm. It seems familiar to me, but I can't quite place it. I just know you shouldn't cast anything while I'm holding it. You glance over your shoulder at the others. Thomas' hesitant patience seems to work well with them. It doesn't turn out as intended. I could I could swear I have seen it before, says Uncle John. Etruscan maybe 1600, 600 BC at the oldest. When we get back, he furrows his brow. The house didn't burn down, didn't it? No. You squint down the path ahead. Thomas has stopped again. We should probably find Lavinia before we do anything else. She will be waiting for us at the cabin, I think, says Uncle John. It's a no meaty place for. Thomas doubles over, clutching his head. What the heck is going on? What I'm sorry. I thought the last game was, kind of bad, but this one, it's just like everything is happening so fast. And it's like I can't really keep up. You push the relic at Uncle John and rush to him. What is it? Are you okay? Through clenched teeth, he says, see them waiting down the path. They'll go for Ruth first. The pew pew will jam after one shot. Who? Thomas opens his eyes. He shakes his head quickly, swaying on his feet, then starts down the path again. What was that about? Uncle John adjusts his glasses. Are you sure about him? He might not be one of them anymore, but he isn't quite right either. I don't know, you whisper, but you should probably put that light out. He closes his fist, extinguishing the flame. The dark forest closes in around you. You follow Thomas down the path with the others, staring and stopping. The only sound is that of the ex cult members muttering. Up ahead, the trees open out onto open ocean and an empty sky. Thomas stops at the edge of the forest. From where you stand, the path slopes down to a beach around the small cove. A sleek motorboat bobs at the end of the pier. You take a step forward. Thomas grabs your wrist. Wait! His eyes scour the shoreline. But all you can see there is sand and waves. Just wait. His voice reaches your ears a little more than a breath. I saw it this way. I'm sorry. What what did you see? What did you see? I'm hoping this is not one of Rush Kid's children, but I have a sneaky, sneaky, sneaky suspicion that it is. Let's continue. What did you see? Where are they? Hard to say. Three of them, I think. The one with the pew pew, he closes his eyes for a moment. He was high up, one of the trees to the left. Oh, dang, he got some good eyesight. You try to peer through the branches, but they might as well be solid wall. You consider your options. If there are cultists or someone else who means you harm in ambush, there's no hope of getting them undetected considering there is no cover near the beach. You don't have enough power to turn everyone invisible. Yeah, that's true. And your instincts say that it would be too complicated to try to get everyone to pitch in on making a whole lot of you invisible. Instead, you could all leave the path and try to circle around any potential ambushers by sneaking through the woods. Alternatively, you could cast the illusion of your party and send it down to see what happens. On the other hand, do you really have time for this? Thomas might just be crazy and you ought to save your spells for a real need. What do you do? Oh, okay. Thomas might be crazy. He just might be. I don't want to do a mana illusion. We're gonna save our power. Oh my gosh. Your life decreased by 4 points. Ruth, baby girl, I know last video I told you that I wasn't gonna, I wasn't gonna hurt you anymore. I feel so bad. I'm sorry. All right, you whisper. Let's run as fast as we can and get out of here. Sure, a little exercise won't hurt us, your uncle, says your uncle. You all start toward the beach. First at a jog, and then you break into a full run. As you reach the sh- as you reach the sand, You feel a sharp sting in your shoulder, followed by a crack. Oh my gosh. You stumble. Just a flesh wound, Ruth. You're all right, shouts your uncle. Thomas's earlier words return to you. The pew will jam after one shot. You hope that part is right. Oh, so wait a minute. So so does Thomas have, is it clairvoyance? I think, because if he does, then why in the heck didn't he help us the last episode with Grendel and Reshketh and Afrit? Like why the heck did he help us then? Because now I'm upset. I am really mad. You take up the rear as your group runs down the beach. The boy stumbles, but you manage to catch him before he falls. Together you dash for the pier. You hear a wordless shout from behind you. Three men in green robes chase after you, each of them wielding a curved dagger. Oh my gosh. The younger boy, Brian, seems too tired to go any faster, and the cultists are gaining on you. You're halfway down the pier when the cultists reach the pier. Oh god. They are closing in fast, and you estimate that they will reach you before you can escape. What do you do? All right, so we can either put up a shield that's going to cost us 3 mana. We can do an energy blast, which is going to cost us 2 mana. Or should we threaten to throw the idol into the water? I feel like that third one is a pretty dumb idea because the cultists could be like, nah, you're not going to do it. And then they'll pew pew us. Hmm. I don't know what I. Let's just try to do an energy blast and hope for the best. Oh yeah. Okay, so we have our mana decreased only by 2 points, but our cool points have increased by 3. And we didn't lose any life, so I think we made the right decision. With them all bunched together on the pier, it's a perfect time for a well placed energy blast. You turn and summon your power, taking your time to aim and let them get a little closer. As they draw near, they let out a bloodthirsty cry, and that's when you let them loose. Oh man, I'm falling in love with Ruth as a character so much. She's not badly written, but she's really close to my heart. I'm enjoying it. Their battle cry is cut short as they are spiraling backwards. Two of them fly off the pier into the water. Those were the lucky ones. The third slams backward onto the pier, his head bouncing against a board. He comes to a rest and he doesn't move. Oh, so he's gone bye bye. Dang. One of the cultists in the water is swimming back towards the pier, while his companion splashes in a panic. Oh, because he can't swim. Mm-mm-mm. You look back to see Thomas in the runabout trying to start it while everyone else is climbing. You could try to kick the swimmer when he gets to the pier, or you could join the others at the boat. What do you do? Oh, oh man, I'm scared now. I don't want to run with the others. Um, um, let's run for the boat. Oh, thank goodness. We lost nothing or gained anything. So we did great. You hope you bought your companions enough time. You run. Your shield drops. The boat's motor sputters into life. Ruth, hurry! As if you need him to say that. Girl, he's only trying to help you. The cultist's feet pound against the planks behind you. It seems the pier seems to tilt beneath you, but you make it to the boat before collapsing. One of the green rope men takes a leap towards the boat as Thomas steers it away from the pier. He lands with a splash in the runabout's wake. You slouch down in your seat as the boat speeds towards the mainland and allow yourself a moment of rest. Cool ocean spray speckles your face. If it weren't for the choppy roars of the old motor, this would be a peaceful moment. It sure would. You'll want to go land south of town. Uncle John's voice is nearly lost under the sound of the motor and the slap of water against the hull. Oh, dang. From here, the town of Marooners Point looks very small, just a cluster of dark buildings set in a forested shoreline. Uncle John's house still perches on the rocky peninsula to the north of town. The rickety building will probably be there long after everything has passed. You, you know what? You said that in the first one, but that's all right because you know what? I I believe it. I believe because that house withstood everything that happened. Everything. You know what? Maybe the house is protected by magic, and Uncle John just doesn't know. Mm, maybe. Maybe. Hmm. The motor sputters pick up again with the wine, and then it dies. The runabout coasts forward a little further before losing all momentum. It's it's just a little touchy. Thomas tilts the rotors out of the water. Does this all the time. Thomas' hand trembles as he opened the panel on the side of the motor. Do you know how to fix it? Uncle John asks. Thomas nods quickly. Yes, just have to the wires. He ruffles his hair and peers into the open panel. Thomas sounds like he has really bad anxiety. I think he does. Oh. Well, yeah, he probably went through so much with that cold. Mm, that's something to think about. The gritty, slithering sound scrapes along the other side of the boat. A sudden memory returns to you, a stretch of tentacles stretching from the dark ocean. What do you do? Oh, oh, I feel like if we hold still, we might get unalived, and that would be the end of this of this episode. I, I don't know. And the second choice is to go for the oars. I just, I don't know. I don't know. Mm, I think I'll go for the oars. Ooh, that was a bad decision. Your life decreased by 2 points. Jesus. You reach down and grab an oar and put it in the oar lock. As you go for the other oar, a tentacle slashes out the water and knocks you against the bulkhead. You grasp the oar and smack the groping tentacle, and it slithers back down into the water. A glistening tentacle slithers over the bow. Maribel scrambles backward, off of the front seat, towards the middle of the boat. The tentacle wraps around her ankle. She screams. Oh, I'm sorry, Maribel. Uncle John starts a quiet chant, eyes fixed on the struggling woman. A second tentacle snakes around his neck, jerks him backwards. He drops the idol to pry at the rubbery flesh, but the sea creature only tightens his grip. Oh. You pick up the idol as the tentacle slides toward it. You could cast a spell, but the relic you're carrying seems to feed off a magical energy, and you expect any spell will cost a bit more than usual. Ooh. Alternatively, you could use the red relic to bludgeon the tentacle holding your uncle. Finally, you can hand the relic to Brian sitting next to you while casting spells. What do you do? Um, so we can blast it, which is going to cost 4 mana. We can bash the idol, or we can hand it to the little boy. I remember me saying I don't trust that little boy. I think I'm gonna just bash him with the idol. All right. Our life decreased by 2 points, but our cool increased by 1 point. You pick up the heavy relic and slam it against the arm thick tentacle where it lies around the pew well. Another tentacle smacks you in the side of the head, hurling you back against the bulkhead. A bit dazed, you recover and scramble over to the tentacle. Thomas! You bludgeon the tentacle again. The spray slick idol feels slippery in your hands. How do we call it off? I don't I don't have my amulet anymore. I can't. He pulls away from the motor just as a rubbery appendage wraps around it. Light. It hates light. Oh, yeah. Our mana decreased by 3 points, but our cool just increased by 2 points. So that's pretty good. At the bow, Brian pulls with all his strength to keep Maribel in the boat, but the strain is starting to get to the better of him. The tentacle around Uncle John's neck tightens. His hands fall back to his sides. He, his face has turned a reddish purple. Oh gosh. Though you know it's risky, you keep a tight hold on the idol as you picture a light, any light, warm, bright, comforting. The relic drags more energy out of you than you intended to use, more than you thought you had left. A blinding light flash illuminates the boat for a split second. A stark negative of the image lingers even after you've closed your eyes. Oh God, I bet that's painful. The tentacle slips back into the water. Your head spins, but you manage to keep a tight grip on the slick idol. The ocean surface lies calm under the empty sky. Save for the woman's quiet sobs and the lapping of the water against the boat, all is quiet. All right, y'all. And I think I'm going to stop here for now. I feel like I can get a little more content off out if I just cut the videos in half. So I will be continuing this either tomorrow or Tuesday. All right, darlings. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Adwa.